Hi there, coming back with you with the Sandwich Generation series, and this week I'm going to talk a little bit about trust. I have talked about this on other videos, and you can view those on my website or on our YouTube channel, but I wanted to revisit it this week because I did have an interesting circumstance that came up. So I got a call this week from an elderly gentleman, and he and his wife, both in their 70s and 80s, considering selling their house. This was a second marriage for both of them, and each of them had children from previous marriages. So as we're going over the paperwork, I noticed the property was not held in a trust. And I asked the gentleman, what do you know that this is not held in a trust? And he said, well, what's the big deal? And I was like, well, I'm glad you asked. Well, the big deal is that even though it's in your name and you own the property, when you die, and you're going to die, we're all going to die. Maybe I shouldn't say that so hard. So what's the big deal? The big deal is that you own the home, of course. However, when you die, the state is going to step in if you don't have an estate plan. Period. Right. I can hear you right now. You're like, hey, real estate lady, I have a will. I'm all protected. I'm covered. Unfortunately, not in California. It's not going to be enough to protect your property. You're going to need an estate plan in California. The state is going to step in if you don't have something spelled out in a trust and make sure that it is allocated to the appropriate parties that you want it to go to. Because it's always a good time to have the government step in and tell you what to do, right? Wrong. Terrible. So estate planning, wills and trusts, that can all be really overwhelming for elderly folks, their adult children and loved ones, but the discussion does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be simple, and it can be as easy as saying, hey, let's protect our assets from the government. Let's protect them and make sure that they go to the appropriate people when we're not here anymore. If your family has decided that this is the best way to go in terms of estate planning and everybody's on the same page and ready to go, please feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to point you in the right direction. If you liked this video, please feel free to subscribe and share. And really, if you have any additional questions, I'm always here and can help. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one.